Yo, what's going on? John Fitch, Chris Tinkle. We're gonna preview some fights.
Dude,
Right?
huge fight weekend. Well, there's one good fight card. So there's three
good fight.
There's three cards, so that means three good fights. Maybe 5 if you're into train wrecks.
Yeah, the train wrecks, do they count as possible good fights? You never know. It could be a gem.
I mean, I have a feeling that Frank Mir's going to fall face first, so that I kind of want to watch that fight. I don't not like him. I just don't understand why you take a fight with
why he's gonna.
So lots of good fights, lots of drama. Every day, this Jake Paul kid has a news story coming out about him.
It's just outrage.
By the way,
outrage sales. It's a thing, people. Outrage sales.
I couldn't even
just make everybody mad and then wind up selling stuff.
Did you know he's not even the famous brother?
Yeah, it's Logan. The Logan Paul is the.
He's the one who was on. He was on a show on Disney, and then he did some dumb shit on YouTube and got fired from his acting gig.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So this one's
one of the original kind of influencers. No, yeah, he's not even that. He's ridden off the coattails of
his brother who hasn't done shit.
And they're allegedly both grew up wealthy.
Yeah, dude.
I think
he's made himself a full-time boxer.
I don't have any whatever. People can do what they want. I don't care. I have no hate for them. I have no interest in them either. But like, they figure out a way to make money. Whatever.
I know, but when people find out a way to make money,
end of the day,
people are actually good at making money. I like to see them lose. I just do.
Yeah.
I'd rather see.
But no, but I mean, it's everything is pro wrestling, and they've figured out how to manipulate the pro wrestling in order to make money, and people hating him for it just adds to their pro wrestling mystique.
I'd rather see you box Ben Askren in like a grappler fucking league boxing league. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather see.
Yeah, but you don't. That would just be the sports appeal to it. Then it wouldn't be what people's emotional. They want the heel. They want to hate somebody.
Yeah. Well, I think you're speaking of non-sport fans want to hate somebody.
It's human beings. It's a human condition. Everybody gets roped into it sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I want him to lose. I think I posted on Instagram, dude. For me,
I definitely want.
Ben Askren has to win, dude.
Should we cover that one first?
For me to believe in any higher power, Ben Askren has to win, dude.
I don't know though. He's not a boxer.
I know.
I still would.
Every time I see the footage,
I have hard to believe that somebody who's not a trained athlete could compete. Like we all saw the Pros versus Joes show. Remember that?
I did it, dude. But yeah,
it was like old washed up professional athletes going against young, like could have been,
athletes who were in shape but they got injured or
something like that. Yeah, kind of people who thought maybe if I was just a little bit faster, I was almost good enough. So they went up against these guys and then they just got smashed, like not even close.
Usually, usually.
So
it's not just
how is this going to be different?
Physical stuff comes into mind too, but also
the mental part of it, and then also the added years of just fighting and resistance training and pushing back and forth on people. It just makes your bones thicker and heavier, and yeah. You're not going to learn that shit in a few years of, boxercising classes.
Especially when, and people, it's not like this guy is
Askren's scar tissue has scar tissue.
It's not like
he's got what's funny though? I think he's got a fake hip.
He does. He had like hip replacement.
Yeah. He had an old man with a fake hip. Is fighting
with hands that are
with wrestling hands
are slow and questionable, to say the least, dude. I mean it's kind of you don't want to talk shit about him because you still, but he's not. But dude, the guy.
But he's still an athlete. He's
he
still
can
an
take
Olympic athlete.
But he's been in
So
wars, and he's also, dude, he got demolished by Robbie Lawler, and then managed to like weather the storm and then win the next round.
well, he hasn't. He doesn't have a suspect chin, and he hasn't taken a lot of damage. So that's two bonuses. So as long as he like has his hands up a little bit, moves his head, there's gonna be an adrenaline dump that the Paul dude, he's not gonna have the ability to go like 6-7 rounds and
he's coming in to like
be
kill him in
sharp.
2 rounds.
He's gonna blow his wad early. Probably be some kind of pro wrestling stuff going on, holding, pushing, whatever. Well, silly stuff.
I put a link on there where there's an article that Jake Paul said that I guess it's in the contract that if Ben Askren does any kind of MMA stuff. And apparently a lot of people are worried that the referee has also been instructed to not let him like dirty box and not let him grapple and not. As soon as he tries to clinch with them, they're gonna break it up because that's like.
So yeah, it's gonna be.
I mean, that's like his key to victory is to fight like Randy Torre and tie him up and make him.
Well, this is not as good, but it's the what's his name? Andy fighting women.
Andy Kaufman?
Kaufman, but just not as good. So I feel like there's gonna be antics, maybe,
How much do you think he's making for this fight? I want to say 1.5 million, I bet you.
I would 500,000 to $1 million easy, yeah, and it's all depend on the pay-per-view buys, but yeah, I would think they stand to make quite a bit of money, and just the attention that it's bringing in, the amount of money on advertising that they're getting from it. Like Askren has plenty of other products that he has for sale with his coaching stuff. He's got plenty of online stuff, so this is a great publicity opportunity for him to sell a lot of other stuff he's got going on, make it a lot easier for him to walk away from fighting.
And this fight's going to be at 190 too. That's like 20 pounds outside of his weight class, but I'm sure
that's probably his walk around.
It is, right?
Well, he might have to watch the Ben and Jerry's fight week, but he's probably 190, 200 pounds most of the time.
All of his insults have been like very. I think he did the whole standard, dude. I don't even know what this guy does. He's like, have you seen the interview? He's like, I think he thinks he's funny, but I'm like, I like Chris Farley and real comics are real, and I don't know what this dude does. He's famous for doing nothing.
I don't know what this guy does. Yeah, what does he do? He's just, he's Logan Paul's brother. That's it.
He just tries to rile people up in the fights, dude. He thinks like he's gonna be able to fight Conor, and it's all like he just tries to drive that like narrative online.
That's all he's been doing.
People who don't know.
What did he do before? Nothing.
Fuck, I don't know.
He's like, hey, bro, I want to follow your footsteps, and I'm just gonna start trying to fight people.
Page. They just prank people, and they do that kind of stuff, and they like have advertising, and I guess they're like
just influencers.
I mean, I don't know anyone who is like, man, Jake Paul's my boy, and I can't wait to see him. I don't know anyone. Like, it's one of those things that it's like, oh, so and so sold 10
people
million
are
albums.
watching,
and
though.
I don't know one person who owns an album. Like, and there's so many bands like that I'm like, wait, who the fuck? I don't even. I know I own Peter Frampton Live.
Yeah,
but I don't know anyone who like bought 10 million copies of Spice Girls. I don't know anyone that like. And it's the same kind of thing where it's like, I kind of need the numbers to know this shit's real, dude. How do we know he's not even?
Well, I mean, like, teenage kids probably spend a lot of money on stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because what did you buy when like you were like a kid?
I buried my money.
Did you really? Did you really?
Yeah, I buried my money.
Oh no.
Nope. I got the first communion was my first haul, and I made it disappear. Mom was gonna tax that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Nobody was money.
But
my mom like, we're gonna go to the store and do whatever. You want to get something? I'm like, okay, hold on, I run outside. Where are you going? I was like, I gotta get my money. And run out into the woods and dig up my money.
oh, really? Oh, dear. Oh no. So, but when you had like an odd job and stuff, like, so what would you spend your money on?
I hardly ever spent money, dude. I was saving for bigger stuff when I was little. So like second grade, I had first communion. I started saving my money because I wanted to get. My parents said I'd get a go-kart someday if I could save my money. So I saved enough to pay for half of it. So it was like $800-900 for the go-kart. So
you saved up.
I had to save up. So and I got that maybe like fifth grade. So it took some years to do. So, but I didn't really spend much. And then, every so often I bought maybe a CD in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I scrounged. I was a squirrel saving every dollar and cent I could whenever I could.
When I was 14, I had a job at like I was the janitor at a fabric store. I know, dude. I was like the only boy there. I was like 14 or 15, and then they're all women. There's like 70 women who work there between the ages of 80 and 16, dude. Yeah. And like so, but like so at the time I was like 15. I had like extra money, so I had I had like a Nintendo, of course. But if I wanted to go to like a movie or something, like my brother was 2 years younger than me, and we were like best friends. So like that was the joke in high school. I like dated like my brother because everywhere I went, I paid for that kid for like if we went to the movie, it would be like I would buy him whatever, and then I would buy his tickets, I'd buy his snacks. So for the longest time, I was like, yeah, dude, he fucking like I paid for him to hang out in high school. Pretty much like if I went to Target and I bought like a new game, I buy him one too. Yeah, it's kind of funny. That was like, but like I saved up for stuff like camera stuff. I liked a lot. Like when I was younger, like my parents were like, okay, you can have a birthday party. Yeah, this is what's funny. Now everyone has cameras on their phone, but this was like back when my parents were like, all right, well, if you want a camera, you can either have a camera for your birthday or you can have a party at like Roller King with all your friends. And I was like, fuck everybody. Fuck them all. I want
sorry, people. Yeah. Next year will be great. I'll be able to take pictures of everyone.
Yes, dude. Yeah. So I got a camera and I sat in my room and took pictures.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a lot of stuff I wanted to spend money on when I was young. But I think when I got in my 20s, beer and weed probably became like the number one expense. Yeah. Video games.
Did you have friends like in high school who like I like there was like some kid who worked at like a warehouse record store who was like the shady kid who like worked there, and so like you give him like $100 and he would put like a Sega by the door and like 2 games.
We never had anybody that shady. We had somebody who would throw extra food in our McDonald's orders.
Oh. So you guys would go there and order something with like extra onions.
I would like small fries, and then you get like 3 bags. Bye. And then you walk off and be like, hey, what happened to all those other orders? I don't know. Like the Big Macs and whatever walked off because you would just throw in whatever was up.
Yeah, when I worked at Trader Larry's, I don't want to say the name of the store, but when I worked at Trader Larry's, like my friends in college would come in and they would buy like hella protein bars, and I know I'd just be like, because it was all by hand, so you had to bring everything up by hand. So like it was always like a buy 3, you get 1 free. And I remember once my friend came with this whole cart of stuff, and I'm like, you're out of your goddamn mind, dude. Every bottles of wine. I'm like, dude, my manager's right there. He's gonna see the 6 grocery bags, and it says $17 on the till, dude. He's gonna know.
Got all the good sales and coupons that day.
Yeah, man. So what do you
who else? Okay.
So what is your official pick so we can turn this into a clip, dude? Like what is your official breakdown and pick for this fight? And what are the odds, by the way? I think
I think Askren hopefully just uses ones and twos. Keeps range and makes the guy miss, and then covers up, shells up when the guy tries to throw stuff, and then ones and twos him. Because I have a feeling that he's not a professional athlete in any way. He hasn't competed at a high level in any way. Let him punch himself out. Let him run himself around. He's gonna be nervous as fuck in there. Like, I have a hard time feeling he's gonna be like comfortable and not whatever, burning excess.
I mean, because even though he's going against a MMA fighter or whatever, this is still like, I mean, he went against that pro athlete, if you want to call that guy an athlete, but that guy was like removed from the NBA. I mean, he was a basketball player, and hadn't played a long time, and he's also a basketball player. I mean, I don't know a lot of them who've made the transition into, mixed martial arts. So this is like a real combat fighter he's fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ashman also has the help of. Do you think Freddie Rhodes is going to make any kind of difference, or do you think it's just a thing? Like, he just went there for like a week and they're just trying to.
He get there for a week. He's not going to learn anything in a week from Freddie Roach. I mean, seriously, he may get a little bit of strategy, but like, what are you going to do? What's he going to learn from Freddie Roach in a week? What are you going to learn from anybody in a week?
Yeah,
it's not. It's difficult. I mean, it can help. You can get a private lesson from somebody. You can get some rounds in with some people, and definitely opens your eyes and gives you something to work on. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that's the secret. That's the secret to his success. He had an hour with Freddie Roach.
Yeah, I think it's funny whenever they say. I mean, that's just for people who don't read all the articles and who don't do any due diligence. Anyone who sees that would be like, oh, cool, he trained with Freddie Roach. So then
they get excited.
Yeah, but then it's like
I recognize the name. Freddie Roach. Who else is fighting on that card? Does it say in this article? No.
It was going to be Frank Mir versus Antonio Tarver. I believe that was going to be the co-main event. Another, that's a MMA, straight up MMA versus boxing match. But Antonio Tarver was not allowed to get a license because it wasn't because of anything other than the fact that I think at his age in that state, you have to have a certain amount of fights in like a 5-year period, maybe, or 10-year period. And he was under the.
So the commission did its job,
which is weird because how went then? Because he did fucking mushrooms the day. He did mushrooms the day before the fight.
Well,
how did he get one? So very strange. Like, how did he?
You mean
yeah, I mean, how does this rule work that Antonio Tarver can fight, yet Tyson can come off the bench after like 15 years?
Location is where it matters. Are they in the same state that they fought in? Because I think that would matter.
I guess so. I mean, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, I mean, the commissions are supposed to keep people safe.
Antonio Tarver would have killed Frank Mir anyway, dude.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been.
No, that wouldn't have been good at all. I mean, I don't think this
Frank
is going to
Mir's
go well.
His chin has not been very good in recent years.
No.
What does he think he's?
Remember, he had a couple knockouts and he kind of fancied himself as like a new striker all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But it was like still kind of. I mean, and he's a few years away from that. He's a smart dude.
Well, he was starting to be a little bit chinny, and then he took some time off, and then he came back and was still chinny.
Yeah. So I mean, I
don't know, man. Those big guys hit hard.
Yeah, especially someone who's like, and it's also like the punching power is like different, right? I mean, it has to be different.
For a heavyweight, say you, or a heavyweight boxer?
Heavyweight boxer.
They're usually much better.
Yeah.
At punching.
I mean,
than your normal heavyweight. It's different. I sparred with some guys who are like 160-pound boxers, but knew how to box, and it's different.
You know that professional wrestler, like the Big Show, like that big guy, he's like 7'2", now he's bald, whatever. There's a great story where he was wrestling and like they were calling him lazy, whatever, and they were gonna like cut him almost, even though he's like a, he's like a big draw for them, but they were cut him because they were tired of his bullshit. And people got his head and were like, dude, you should get into boxing. You'd be really good at it. And like his like fellow wrestlers tell him. So he started kind of training. And there's a story where he went, he boxed, he got knocked down. And then an hour later, he snapped to, and he was in the driveway of his house, and he didn't know how he got there, dude. And apparently, he got knocked the fuck out, and didn't even aware. Like he like literally didn't know he got knocked out. He thought he fell, but he did not. Like that hour was gone, and then he was like, "I'm never, because
you lose time
against killers.
You lose time for sure.
But when he got hit by his first real heavyweight, you know, and those were probably like the low end dudes at the gym. Those weren't like. So, and that dude, if he can get, you know what I mean? Like, he's a tough guy, even though he's not, you know.
It's a giant.
He's an entertainer, but he's still a tough dude.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. Good old.
Yeah, so what's the other fights on that? And what are the odds? We got Jake Paul is a negative 180.
Yeah, Jake Paul, negative 180. So, yeah, Ben Askren's favored. Regis Pedraeus. I don't know who those people are.
I wonder
Boxers,
what the odds
I'm guessing.
On Ben Askren going to
Steve
distance.
Cunningham and Frank Mir.
I would put $20 on Askren going the
distance.
I think that would be a pretty safe bet. But also,
yeah, that's pretty safe bet because I don't know if Askren has that kind of power to like to put that guy out.
It reminds me of that scene in Hot Shots, but instead of like the
gummy bears,
the gummies, but instead of that, it's just like pillows on top of pillows on top of pillows.
Yeah, Ben, I don't even know if his spine is flexible enough to rotate his shoulders.
He's had hip surgery. I mean, this is a good fight for Jake Paul if he knew what if he was like a real.
If he wasn't a moron.
Yeah. But it's capture because I put that post on Instagram yesterday about me saying that about dude.
So what was the CTE stuff?
Oh, see, yeah,
I saw something on the.
He just made some comment. He's like, "Oh yeah, well, this is serious business. What we do, man. What we do. This is serious
what we
business.
do.
Fuck off."
In your second fight ever.
So this is like, yeah, he's like, it's like real, and we hit hard. Like, I felt the effects from like CTE, and people were like, what? And then he like backtracked on it because he realized he probably shut his mouth.
I feel the effects.
Yeah,
man.
Could you see? That's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me is like the people. You can just put a hyphen on your Instagram now, and you can be whatever you. Dude, remember when people used to go crazy that Bo Jackson played 2 sports? Now everyone is great at 5 things, dude. Which is not possible. But Bo Jackson, he played 2 sports, and people lost their fucking minds.
Lost their minds. Now everybody's doing everything.
He had a home run,
crossover.
Dude, you could be.
Now he would do those things. He would be a CrossFit influencer, model, rapper. He'd have a rap album.
Photographer, and he would claim he did them all this at the same level. Chef, because he puts pictures.
Probably would have. We're talking about Bo.
Yeah, he's different though. He's like
he's really good at archery now.
Was that in the 30 for 30?
I think so. He was like shooting arrows with his feet.
That was like that's one of the greatest docs because it just like shows a dude who was like
had it all
small moment in time.
Had one little injury too, a little boop, weird like thing, and then
of all the stuff he was dealing with in football and everything, it's just weird that was the move that got him. It was like a routine.
Yeah, one little tiny thing, and his hip, started like wearing away.
I think they said it was like he was being held, and he was still like, wow, he was still like Bo Jackson from the waist up, trying to like get through the tackles, and that was what his like superior, insane athleticism was the thing that got him, dude, because his body kept trying to go, and they were like holding him back. Yeah, the move was not that. I mean, it looked like a run of the mill type of thing, but but now, if he was around now, he'd have a bunch of hyphens. It's like all that stuff.
Maybe even some pronouns.
Yeah. Maybe a pronoun. Oh my God, he's got it, dude. Well, yeah. Wait a second, what? Because you say that because I try to in my writing now, I'm trying to use like pronouns because it turns out there's a lot of dummies out there, and so when you're like telling a story like this and him and her, like it to go home with it, you got to hit the pronouns. So when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, pronouns, man. And I was like, wait a second, you did a fucking dad joke on me, dude. God damn it, dude.
Got him. We have a big night. Fights
But a lot of people
today.
Want to see
Fights
Ben
today,
Askren. Right? People who are fight fans. It's like they're offended.
It's a disrespect to what they love. Like,
Yes.
how dare this guy I don't know anything about, or like.
Also, people don't
do this in my sport.
I think a lot of people don't understand what a lot of like how something like that makes them money on YouTube, and just like
I have no idea.
So I think it's like frustrating to a lot of people. I mean, Paris Hilton, that was why people didn't like her because it's like, what does this bitch do, dude?
Same thing with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, attention. Attention converts into money.
Oh, and Jake Paul had that alleged sexual assault thing
that was something too.
One?
What was that about?
Some girl with the OnlyFans who's trying to pump up
my God. Only girl in OnlyFans hasn't
it happened 2 years ago.
2 years ago he brushed up against her butt and she logged that into her.
Oh no, that's not she said it was like he like took her to a room and they like kissed and whatever. And she only wanted to kiss, and then he was like started like face fucking her, kind of like wouldn't let her leave the room, and like, but he was like, dude, I can prove I wasn't. Basically, she's doing this a day. Like it happened 2 years ago, whatever, and now the week of my fight, all of a sudden she couldn't hold it anymore. Like she couldn't. So, I mean, yes, I'm down to hear both sides, but from what he was saying, from what I read,
I'm here to both sides.
He, from what he was like, dude, she's a girl who tries to get people to buy shit for her on Amazon, and that's like, you know, she like after her confession, whatever. I guess she still had like, oh, and go to my Amazon wish list and blah blah blah, and but apparently he could prove that like it didn't happen. There's like he has, I guess,
he's got videos,
there's tech stuff and all that stuff that you could prove that. Well, you just prove that you weren't at the place that you were at. I mean.
Well, I mean, that's what people, they don't understand either, is discovery's a bitch. So if you go to court, they're going to see all of your text messages.
Yep.
They'll see all of your emails. They'll see all of your DMs, all of your everything, electronic communication that has happened and transpired. They will get access to it. You can't delete it or make it disappear. Once it's on the internet, there is a digital fingerprint of it, and their forensics people will find it. So,
like whoever you texted that night, it's like
whoever you texted that night, everybody else, it's all going to come up. And not only that, is like the stuff that has nothing to do with your case.
Yeah.
Also is going to be made public to that trial. I mean, you could try to get it redacted or whatever, but there's a good chance that everything's just going to be
So you
out. So your conversations with your weird shit, you got funny pictures of something on there. You got a conversation with your mom. You're embezzling money from your work.
It's all
like, it's all going to come out. Like a lot of people don't really understand that aspect of it. So like, guys, it's good to like cover your tracks. Take screenshots of things.
Buy a burner phone if you're laundering money.
Burner phone if you are, yeah. Don't mix your
that's what I bury in the backyard. Phones,
yeah,
I don't bury money.
Your Ozarks phone. Don't mix the Ozarks business dealings with your personal family stuff, guys.
Yeah. And what was that scene in Breaking Bad? That was
separate ringtones.
He was like under anesthesia, and he's like, "Oh." She's like, something about your phone. And he's like, which phone? And his wife's like, this motherfucker's got two phones.
Which phone?
Yeah, because you have two phones. I mean, there's like a naughty boy phone and there's like a good boy phone.
Especially if there's, everybody in the family doesn't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get
I've got a couple phones laying around, but they're all like connected to the same.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like one of them is going to be like my full-time camera when I'm doing shows and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, it's
not I have an Android phone that is like it's like a camera phone. primarily used for camera work.
Yeah.
But
and we're talking to the cartel.
No, I'm talking to the cartel. We're laundering money.
So do you think Frank Mir makes it out of the first round?
I don't know, man. Have you seen the guy fight before?
No, but he's a two-time IBF champion, 2007, 2011. IBF cruiserweight champion, which basically means he's a heavyweight who like cuts weight. He's like a low end. I mean, he's like a low weight heavyweight.
So he's not gonna be that big.
I mean, he's probably walking in at 215. Look, dude, he's ripped the fuck, dude. Yeah, dude, we gotta zoom in on your face. As soon as you saw his chiseled body, you're like, oh no. Well, I made the same face earlier today.
I thought like, maybe an older.
He's old. I mean, he's gonna be. We're like right around his birthday's right around mine. And he's a Philadelphia fighter. Philadelphia African American fighter. So
from Philly, he's fought. He fought Tyson Fury,
ripped,
dude. So yeah, he's experienced. Yeah, fights with Fury.
Yeah, he fought Tyson Fury. That was probably when Fury was. Fury's huge, dude. He was probably way bigger than that dude at the time. Do you fight Antonio Tarver also?
Yeah, he fought Tarver. Draw? Looks like a draw.
So he's just like a older guy who doesn't boxing or they brought it. He's gonna wreck him, dude.
I forgot to do this.
Dude, Frank Mir's gonna be doing grappling tournaments in like 6 months.
Yeah, this I don't know if this is gonna be. I know
that we talked about it before, but you got offered to be on the undercard of one of these and fight
what's his name?
He
won. He won. Yeah, I was gonna fight a bigger guy who was a retired boxing champ,
who's known for finishing or having that wound on his head, like a hatchet wound in a fight. Oh, yeah, he fought Tyson Fury when he was young.
Yeah, so Mir, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Don't know if this is gonna work out so well for Frank Mir. He may have cut a big piece of cake out for himself here. Big dude, knows how to box. Lots of boxing experiences. The highest level. Fought some of the greatest guys.
Yeah, Antonio Tarver's no slouch, dude.
Tarver's good. He fought Fury.
He was good in Rocky Balboa. He was good in that movie. He was the one that when
Tarver or
Tarver.
Okay, I thought you meant this guy.
He was the one where like everyone was like, no one wanted him to win. That was kind of a cool plot in that movie where he was so good, but then he's like, no one wanted him to win because he was going against Rocky. He's like, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? And he was like in his car, like watching videos of people talk shit about him when I was at his house partying, and he just went out to his super fancy car, was getting all bummed out and like self-hating himself. So it's kind of good, man. Yeah, that was Rocky Balboa when he had that awesome speech with his kid on the street when he's like,
I didn't see it. I haven't seen that one.
You ever seen that, dude?
I haven't seen that, Rocky. I saw the speech.
Right? Like, you gotta keep moving forward. Life is
Life will kick you in the nuts.
I will kick you in the nuts.
Today is.
You think that you're more than what you are? Then go out and get it. Oh, dude, yeah. And this kid's like, ooh. Yeah, because his kid was upset because he couldn't do anything in life because he was like fucking Rocky's kid. So no matter what he did, people are like, "Cool story, bro. Can I meet your dad if he's around?"
See what your dad's up to. And then these fights are today, Friday. Bellator the 16th.
Showtime. I believe this is the second or third Showtime. I believe third one, right?
Yeah.
It's This is the second week of the light heavyweight tournament.
Nemkov versus Davis. I think Davis has a chance to win. Right? Nemkov's the champ. I think Davis has a chance to win. He lost to Nemkov, I think, before anybody knew who Nemkov was or how good he was. He was just some Russian guy.
Nemkov, but he's a striker though, right? So this is going to be
Yeah, well, I mean, Nemkov's a good Russian is pretty good everywhere. But yeah, I think Phil
He
Davis
wrecked Bader,
is
dude.
going to try to get him to the ground, but I don't know if it'll be successful. I just think that Davis has more knowledge of who Nemkov is, having fought him, and may be able to make adjustments to beat him. But I don't know if he's going to. Nemkov may just be too badass. Corey Anderson and
Dov Lazan Yagismirodov.
I was gonna try.
Fudge.
Yagshimuradov.
Double Dasm.
Yagshimuradov.
Yagismirodov.
Yes, Yagshimuradov and Anderson. That's going to
Which
be a good one too.
great-
He could be the dark horse.
Which great
Yagshimuradov.
Eastern European country is that dude from?
Man, he had to kill 3 of his siblings in a pit
Just to get the gasoline to get there.
I like Corey Anderson, but yeah, this guy could be dark horse. I kind of called it before. He might be the dark horse if he wins this fight. Who knows? Watch him go to the finals.
Dude, if he played
Comes
soccer,
out of
they would just
nowhere.
have Yags on the back of,
Yags.
of his jersey, dude.
Daly's back.
Yeah, Paul.
On
What
the
are your
side.
old opponents?
Yeah, I don't know who's fighting. Ortega, Veda Ortega. She's always tough. Beats
Did he hit you with any good shots in that fight where you were like, oh fuck?
I was like Neo.
Yeah, there were. I remember, dude. I remember it was I was sitting near your ex significant other, and there was one exchange, and I remember she like turned and was like had her face buried in her cup and was all like, I was like, I don't know, he's good, and then she like started watching again. There was one one exchange where like you were like, fuck, you were bobbing and weaving, but you know he just hit so hard that I mean everyone there was like ah. And then you're like, you're totally fine. Yeah.
Neo. Julia Budd's back. This is her first fight since losing to what's her name?
Julia
Budd?
Cyborg?
Cyborg. This is her first one back.
Cyborg?
I thought she lost Cyborg.
I mean, I don't know.
Diana Silva. I don't know Diana Silva. Any of these other names you recognize? Is that another Nemkov?
Like
Victor? Is this a relative Nemkov? It's a new Nemkov?
I guess so. Yeah, who's Victor Nemkov? He's on the you know what I like about these Bellator cards is they're on early. It's nice. Like the main event starts at like 6.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So then you're done. I mean, you know, if it's like pitbull fighting, you know, fucking shit's over at 6:45.
Get on with your night.
Yeah, he wrecked that dude last week. Oh my god. I didn't have time to like
they had like a kind of close there. I mean not close, but like a good back and forth fight.
Oh no, I didn't really care about the fight. And then Danny Acosta was getting me all pumped up about it. He's like, no, dude, they had a war, bro. And this guy's like a Mexican fighter. And I was like, oh, he's a Mexican fighter.
Jumped on his neck. Said yank. Then we have fights tomorrow.
Oh, well, so why don't we circle back? So they announced 2 more like MMA/boxing matches for the future. And Anderson Silva, it looks like he's going to be boxing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Oh, I did see some about that.
Which, according to all of my Mexican friends, is the laziest boxer who's ever lived, and that's not my quote. That's from my Mexican friends.
So Anderson may win that one.
I mean, it's still a boxer versus a dude who's not a pro boxer, but I mean, I think that's as close as you can get. Maybe I mean, this is kind of like but Julio's I just remember I watched the fight with him versus Canelo Alvarez, and it was like, oh, dude, this guy's not even trying, dude. Like it looked like he just didn't want. Yeah, I'm sure he has that cross he has to bear. Being that guy's son is probably killed him.
Yeah.
And
I guess I gotta go out and fight again, Dad. Thanks.
He's all, no. I'm gonna use your name for sure. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you went by, Tim Slack, no one would give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
And then the other one I believe they're trying to set up is Oscar De La Hoya is coming back.
I've followed him on Instagram. I've been seeing
Eddie
him
Alvarez
work out.
is what they're saying.
Interesting.
He may box someone, an actual boxer, but when he does the MMA crossover, I think it's going to be Eddie Alvarez is what they're saying. Which is like, he's probably going to get his clock clean, dude.
Yeah.
De La Hoya is like, do you think De La Hoya is going to wear a female fighter's
he's old
outfit, or do you think he's going to? We all know now who gives a shit, dude.
Just wear the fishnet.
He was one of the first ones that like don't do a bunch of blow and drink and dress up like a girl and let some girl take her camera phone out. Stories.
And that was probably, you know what, benefit of the doubt. She was probably something where it's like he's doing cook's chick and they're partying. She's like, oh well, I'll let you do all this stuff to me if you put on underwear and let me take pictures first.
Yep.
And he was just dumb simp doing it just for her. And yeah, when pee-pee wet. And then she's like, I'm tired and went to sleep. And then it's like, fuck.
And then the Viagra fucking kicks in.
And and then Viagra kicks in and he's angry, masturbating in the shower. And then she gets up and lays with the pictures on her phone. Don't be that guy. Don't be the simp.
Dude, I think we just called exactly, without even knowing what happened, I think we just called what happened exactly.
Exactly what happened. Sorry, like the idea that
I would never.
He's gay or something. That's what he does all the time. No, it's more likely that he was a simp for some chick. She's probably young and hot. Maybe two of them.
Yeah, well, I should. I had like nail polish on, so I should probably. I let my friend's daughters like paint my nails if I'm there and they have them out because I don't give a shit.
Well, you're helping them practice a job skill. They may need to fall back on that someday.
But dude, it's not girl who like did the other day, she did not do a good job, and I was like, oh, dude, she like didn't. It looked terrible. And I was awful. Then I'm like, here, hold on a second. I was trying to help her. Then I'm like, now I'm like invest in this shit. So yeah, so I can't wait to take it off. Actually, they're not gonna watch this, so it's fine. I was just trying to be like the good, fucking Uncle Tink Tink, dude. Yay, go ahead, do whatever.
It's all right, nails are fine. It's the line though. If they pull out the fishnets, eyeliner, fishnets, maybe too much.
Yeah, like I'm already, What else is so then
we have more fights tomorrow. And
so this is the second week of the tournament, right? So this is 4 fights they're doing, and they're doing an 8-fight tournament for the lightweight title.
Yes. So that was the Anderson and Yags. Anderson and Yags. That was the other first round of that fight.
Which is
and then Nemkov and
Anderson's not. I mean, that's not an ideal spot to be in, right? You're kind of a name going against a guy that's like not a name. So it's like
but it's a tournament though, so you still just gotta win. You gotta have to show up and win, get it done. Then tomorrow night we have another little decent showdown.
Yeah.
In the UFC.
In the UFC, we got Robert Whitaker, former champ, versus Kelvin Gastelum, almost champ.
Almost champ.
Was he ever champ yet? No, almost champ, right?
Yeah, I don't think he was champ yet.
But he's coming in on only a few weeks' notice. He's replacing somebody. Who's he replacing? Do you recall?
It was the British dude.
Till, right?
Till. That's right. It was supposed to be Till. I don't know. I guess Whitaker is gonna win this one, I would think, but Gastelum.
Whitaker
packs power.
Gets knocked out though, so
yeah. Kevin definitely packs a punch. Whitaker, the Australian.
I like
to me, he looks like Travolta. He's the Australian Travolta.
Hey, Tony Zuko. Yeah, he does look like I like that dude though. He's great, man. I really want.
But he can. He's gotten knocked out. One punch knockout stuff.
But he's a good fighter, man. He goes
Jeremy
hard.
Stevens up. That's always fun to watch.
Yeah, apparently
Jakar sounds like
Jeremy Stevens is like sober now. I guess he had some problems that he didn't that no one knew about, and I guess that's one of the
after a 20-year career now he's
that's one of the storylines. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Arvlosky, this Sherman Tank.
Under 30 and 20, dude.
Luis Pena.
That is
that's wild. 55.
That is the Webster Dictionary definition of fly or die right there.
It's wild. Luis Pena, that's Violent Bob Ross. You got the afro.
Oh, okay. Violent Bob Ross versus Untitled Nunez, and that's the first fight. So that's a so-so.
Yeah, I don't know Alassane and Malkoun. I don't know these guys.
Yeah, I don't know those guys either.
4-1. I mean,
all I know is that one guy who's fighting Jeremy Stevens' name is Jakar, which is very smelly.
Jakar, yeah, it smells like a smelly.
A very smelly cologne that went to high school kids wore before Axe was on the.
Yeah, I don't know about this. What's up with this fight, Abdul Razak?
I don't know who those guys are. I never.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering why is this on the? Because there seems like some of these cards, these fights, Jessica Pena could be up there. Mearskrat could be up there too.
Can you click on the picture of Jakar, or actually Abdul?
I'm trying to build welterweights. Maybe that's what this is about.
You get beat by a guy named Chaos. That's not good.
I guess they're trying to build this guy up a little bit, maybe.
He's coming off a knockout, and they're giving him Jeremy Stevens, so that's not. Wait, excuse me. They're giving him Jacob Malkoun.
Yeah, it's a welterweight. They're fighting him at 85. This fight doesn't make sense to me.
He's probably dropping to 170s, I imagine. But both these guys are coming off of knockouts, losses.
Knockout and all with losses or wins?
Yeah,
losses. They're both coming off losses.
Knockout losses.
I'm sorry.
May have to skip this one.
Yeah, why? She's main card. Boom. Just that's on your poster, guys.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch
You need some help promoting. You need it. You need to know how to stack these cards right.
Jeremy Stevens is always fire though. He's always worth it good.
Yes. I'm not complaining about him. So it's just that one. It's just that one fight. It doesn't make this would be a much better fight on the main card. Lupita and Pena. You tell me you wouldn't rather see that on the main card? Like, I don't know anything about these guys. They're coming off of losses.
Yeah, no idea. Unless someone else cancel, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's
I would still shuffle it.
This is one of those placeholder cards that is drawing people in so they can sell the pay-per-view next week.
Truth. Yes.
Because next week we got Usman versus Masvidal 2, right?
2, yep. Big stuff. All right.
And that's in a capacity crowd, I believe.
Capacity. That's going to be. So the narrative, we're going back to normal soon, I think, sooner than later, because the narrative's falling apart. Because as long as Florida and it's like Mississippi and Texas are open and maskless,
yeah.
If there's no spikes and there's less infections and there's less whatever, like it's over. Like there's no argument.
Well, Vegas opens up June 1st.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't. There's no. You can be like, oh, capacity. But this, but no. Like.
Yeah. No.
Like, and Florida especially, people are flying in from all over for spring break and shit. And if there's no spike in the next few weeks, there's now massive deaths. There's more old people there. There's more people traveling into the state. Yeah, this is over. Ended.
Yeah, we should be by like September. I think a lot of stuff that's because there's still some people that I'm like close with in comedy that haven't reopened their stuff, and because they don't want to reopen at like half crowds because it's just not financially feasible for them. So I think by like September, October, I think those places are probably going to be open up too. I imagine. It's like Reno, Seattle. There's like some clubs I work out there.
Yeah,
that are kind of waiting for. But yeah, it's kind of exciting, dude. I got like one show. I got like traveling like once a week for like 10 weeks in a row in the summer now. Finally, Jesus Christ, dude. It's cool. It's like people. I don't know. You feel it's like you feel like excitement. It's like
excitement. Something's going on. Something.
And dude, this
travel.
This is gonna be the summer
going
of
cool
boning,
places.
Dude. This is the summer of boning, dude. Everyone's gonna be going crazy out there.
Yes.
I mean, you've already, you've been stealth humping anyway. But
I had a good time when COVID lockdowns did not disappoint.
Yeah, you like snuck over the barbed wire fence and then did your due diligence. But for a lot of other people, it's gonna be like the summer of boning.
A lot of people have been a lot of girls will be boning. There's a lot of guys who need to get on the gym and the cardio now.
Yeah, I was way ahead of the curve, dude. I started.
Tinkle's been he's been ahead of the curve.
I started in December.
Yep, he's gonna be ready to go.
Oh yeah, dude. I knew. I was like, dude, you gotta be in like fighting and fucking shape, dude, and like spiritually.
Yeah, they're like attacking people all over now.
Socially, oh yeah.
Homeless people all over the place. There's a whole camp down over there.
Yeah, there's a guy
over
on that street who likes to yell out a bunch of words that we can't really say anymore in 2021.
Oh man, I tried to have him canceled.
Dude, he hangs out at the 7-Eleven, man.
He kicked him out of the tent.
He makes shopping really interesting. You're like, all right.
Okay, somebody gonna die today? Do I have to watch somebody die today?
It's funny when you hear words like we haven't heard in a long time. You're like, oh, all right. Geez, like it happens on Call of Duty sometimes. When you're playing people, you'll just hear like a 17-year-old say some words, and you're like, oh, fuck, dude, we're still saying that? Like, kind of jarring. What else you got?
It is, but that's weird too, though, that words are so taboo. People don't even say the forbidden words anymore. That's kind of a trip to me.
I mean, you just have to find your friends that you can say it in front of and know that they're not gonna
magic forbidden words.
Yeah, I don't mind like acting like I don't say.
Who says magic's not real?
I mean, I just know what friends I can say stuff in front of and what friends I can't. So it's like I know which friends will be like, "Oh, dude, what?" I know other people just know his words. So I try to hang out with those people as much as I can.
Oh man, where's
the? You'll say what you want when the windows are up.
We didn't get a chance to try the Oculus. Have to try that.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to do the Oculus, but that's going to be on the next one because we'll tape you and then we'll show some of the. But yeah, but there's we're going to do a segment where you're going to play a Thrill of Fight on Oculus, and then give your feedback and. I mean, of all the stuff I tried, it's like the most it's the one that I got tired. Like it feels like you're getting, it feels like someone is like.
Well, I mean, your shadow boxing is a workout. I mean, so I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it feels so realistic. It's like when they, especially if you go against a computer one who's on a higher level. Like the footwork and stuff, you feel like you're like, oh, you're getting like cornered. It's crazy. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that and seeing how you think that goes. Because it'd be hard to get any kind of like. I wonder how they would do any kind of grappling game with that.
Yeah, because you're not feeling anything bad.
It would have to be like when you can use your full body, because now it's pretty much half a body, and then now you can do fingers.
Put on a suit.
Yeah.
You gotta put on a suit with like levers and pulleys and it like resists you. That would be
I did do a virtual reality set last night. That was a lot of fun. Oh, and I guess I can plug on 420. We're doing a 420 show.
420 show
In VR, which should be pretty cool.
Nice.
It's like weed and virtual reality go together like vaginas and wieners. So, I mean, they're like made for one another.
Nice. Like I said, I got the hot dude summer is coming up, so I gotta be in shape. I'm gonna get cardio programs. I'm gonna make a cardio program to put up on Gumroad, which means I have to.
What kind of cardio?
Like get in shape,
running, or what kind of?
No, it's gonna be like the first one. I'm gonna do a few different ones. The first one I'm gonna do is like the basic 12-minute bike. So it's a 12
bike?
Yeah, it's a 12-minute sprint workout. So I gotta get it together. I gotta try it out. I gotta do it. I gotta get in shape just to do it. And I'm gonna put together different options that you can use as your work options, and it'll be like, video course stuff you can watch and see how to do it, see which one you want to use, and then I'll do an example 12-minute session at the end, so you can see the level you should be pushing yourself. Because I did some research on high impact, high intensity interval training, HIIT training, and it's like what we knew a long time ago in sports was we knew that sprint workouts were best for cardio, to be good at sports and have good cardio for sports. But we also knew, like bro science, the guys who had the best cardio were usually also the guys who were ripped.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 100% of the time. There's plenty of guys who are ripped who are bad shape, but you're not going to see too many guys who are in good shape who are kind of fat or pudgy.
Yeah. And like the difference too, someone explained to me once was, like cross country marathon runners aren't ripped. They're just like in fact, you wouldn't know they're even in shape sometimes. So but like sprinters who are in the Olympics are all jacked.
Yep. So I mean, and that's something that was also bro science. We could tell, like when we would go watch the girls sports sometimes. The girls who played volleyball, and they did a lot of sprint workouts. And then the girls who did
those buns and those
who did the 100, 200, and 300 low hurdles and girls track, they were always muscular and ripped and low fat too. And like their events were one sprint, but like they had to do a bunch of sprints throughout the day to train for it. So they're doing that HIIT training throughout the day. But then you have the long distance girls, they have like little pooches and their bodies are a little softer, but they're out there running for 2-3 hours a day. And it's just like you can tell, like we knew the bro science, but now there's real science of them showing that the short sprint workouts, the things that are 30 minutes or less, are better for losing fat. You lose more fat faster. You also raise your metabolism for up to 24 hours after the session's over with. So like you keep burning calories at a higher rate. You train your body when you do that to burn, when it's in that metabolic state, it burns fat first instead of carbs. It's like you're trying to slim down. That's better. So the science is out there, and we've seen the bike workouts and what it can do for fighters and winning world titles, MMA. So now I'm going to put some of my workouts that I use, because I use those principles for my stuff, and I'm not rolling as much anymore. So I want to not get fat.
I love that. Yeah, I do. I mean, like a minute soft and a minute medium hard on it.
So and that's and
I try to go for like
all those studies, man. They're doing stuff where it's like, okay, well, you'll sprint for 30 seconds, then you'll take 2 minutes off, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's
perfect.
That's backwards from what I do. So like I do like a minute sprint and like a 15 or 30-second break or whatever. So my breaks are short. So a lot of the stuff like for my 12-minute bike workout, it's like a 50-second sprint and you have 10 seconds to get to the next thing, and then another 50 and then 10. So yeah, I like that version better.
I like the 30 seconds on and 2 minutes off, personally. I see you said that. I was like, oh, what? Oh, then I'm doing it all wrong then.
But they were showing all these health benefits from doing it with those. To me, it's low intensity numbers, so you can get even better numbers with more power.
What else we got on the docket?
What do we have on the docket?
Oh yeah, I mean, we can talk about one of the big news stories over
Teixeira and Blachowicz being announced. That's a big
UFC. Yeah, so they announced some new
that's
title
real
fights.
Big, yeah.
UFC 265 is Nunez versus Pena, and then UFC 266 is Teixeira's getting his second title opportunity,
awesome.
which is awesome.
That's cool to see.
Versus Blachowicz. So Blachowicz.
Yep.
That's gonna be a fun fight. I mean, some of the luster has been off of Teixeira, but he's been on a roll lately, and I've always liked him, dude. He's got lightning in his
He's always
hands.
been great.
Yeah.
He's always been fun to watch. Good dude. This should be fun. I mean, Blackwood's got that power. He's tough, but let's root for the old man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we got to root for him, dude.
Got to root for the old man.
And then Nunez versus Pena, who's she's hot. I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
I don't know if I can remember which one the Pena is right now.
She's the
what's her name?
Latina fighter who she's the one who kind of got famous for being hammered at a bar and like they called the cops and she started, I'm an MMA fighter. Like, oh dude, stop talking.
That one.
Yeah. There's great footage of her being hammered, like trying to use her status to get out of trouble.
Did she cry? What's
Yeah, Juliana Pena.
Okay. I see. What has she what of her Sarah McCann last who she beat?
Yeah, she's had some she won the Ultimate Fighter 18, I believe.
18 Ultimate Fighters? Oh Jesus.
And she's done like well not that's not fair. She hasn't been so. She lost to somebody though that she was expected to win and it kind of set her back a bit. I'm trying to think who it was. It may have been maybe Kat, maybe got her.
Katsugano, okay, I see.
Yeah, dude, she's
Yeah, okay, now you're talking about she did lose to somebody. How did she get a title shot now?
She may have lost to wait.
Was her last fight?
Oh, she goes by the Venezuelan Vixen. Which if your nickname has Vixen in it, I automatically catch a bone.
Venezuelan might be enough. But yeah, I feel like she lost, didn't she?
Well, let's go to her MMA record.
Where's her record at?
You can just put
oh yeah.
Go to all and just put record and then 11-4-0. I think she's only a UFC fighter too, I believe.
She lost to Randall May.
Oh yeah, she got choked out.
Jermaine, yeah, and then she won before that, and then she lost to Valentina Shvenko.
Armbar, yeah, she's been tapped out twice. Those were the last two big losses.
Are they that? They're that. So one fight gets you title shot nowadays? Or are they that?
I mean, I think she's like one of the only like top tier girls there that hasn't had a shot yet. I think, basically. But yeah, but she's also wins and losses. Seems like a
very difficult to sustain. Like you don't have anybody left to fight your person. That's
So before we bounce, what do you think of the news story this week that came out where Dustin Poirier kind of aired the dirty laundry that Conor McGregor offered to donate $500,000 to the charity
Yeah,
he puts on.
I think we had tipped the cap to that. But yeah, he didn't pull through and deliver the money.
Yeah. So then apparently, so then in an interview, Dustin Poirier was like, "Oh yeah, good story, dude. Like, is that your plan? Like, you guys planned on giving me money, and then you guys never did." And then that made everyone. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, he welched on a." Well, there's a lot there because it's like, "Oh, he welched on it because he lost." It's also Conor, and he's always in trouble, and it's like he's like the king of making like a narrative online. So it's funny that he has this narrative, and then it's like, "Oh, he lied, and he never." Yep. I thought it was weird anyway, dude. I thought it's like, wait, you're kind of an asshole. You're known for being an asshole, and you're gonna give this dude $500,000, and you just lost. Like, you've never appeared to be that good of a person to me, dude. That takes like someone who's doing work on themselves and going to therapy.
No, that's PR handlers. Tell them the right things to say.
So apparently, and when Dustin Poirier, they like sent them the thing. All right, well, you have our bank info, we have yours, so send the money, and then they just never did. So then Conor wrote back. He was really upset, fired back, and was like, "Oh, you guys were lying. No one knew what the money was going to go to," which is what anyone would say if he was on you didn't give kids backpacks full of food. You're gonna try to say whatever you can to make the other guy look bad. And then for like a day, he was like, "I'm not fighting this guy. Fuck this guy. Who else wants to fight?" It's kind of like little crybaby shit.
He's a child.
But then the fight's back on now. So there was a couple of days where he was threatening to not fight Poirier because he calls his fight the money fight because he give that guy so much power.
Just fight for the titles. Get the titles. That's where the power is.
Oh, did you see too? He wanted to make his own belt.
Well, I mean,
he already had a belt. He couldn't win that belt.
If these guys would wake up and promote themselves, then, but yeah, whatever. We have a new website, UFCClassAction.com.
Yeah, why don't we close on that? So,
yeah, so
how that's going.
We got.
So for people who haven't listened or aren't aware, you're one of the founding fathers of the antitrust.
I'm one of the named plaintiffs.
Plaintiffs.
The named plaintiffs. Now that we have been awarded, we're waiting for the written decision from the judge. But once we get the written decision, we will have class certification in our class action lawsuit against UFC, antitrust suit. And now that when we get the written decision from the judge, which is due any day, week now, the UFC will file an appeal. And once the appeal gets thrown out, then we'll be in trial. Go to trial at that point. So we've done everything. Everybody who was a part of the UFC from a certain month of 2010 to a certain month of 2017, you can find out on the website. You're part of the class. You're already got lawyers. You're already involved in the damages, whatever being received. So you're already covered. If you need more information, you can go to this website and look and.
Oh, so all you have to do is like
figure out.
You guys through the website.
You can contact us through the website. You can look at the case overview. You can see everything that's going on with it and with us. You can talk about the developments.
You have a nice
people involved. This is Lee did this.
Nice.
So yeah, you got all the information you need to figure things out. You have timelines of when things happened. December 2014 is when we filed, all the way up to where we're at now. There's our people, experts, legal team. You can sign up for updates. We have social media stuff, frequently asked questions here. So one-stop shop, and you can get all the info you need to if you're a fighter or if you just want to educate yourself on what's going on. One of the problems and one of the reasons we had to do this is because now that we get class verification, the grifters can come out, and there's lawyers that have nothing to do with this lawsuit. They have nothing to do with the work that's been done. They haven't put any effort at all into the case whatsoever. But they will scam you into signing on to them for representation, even though you're already represented, in order for them to siphon off some money for themselves.
Oh, so then they hire a lawyer, and then the lawyer goes through you guys.
Yeah, then they go to the judge and be like, "Hey,
sneaky.
My clients, they decided to have me represent them." Well, they're already represented. You don't need that guy.
So you don't need to do that. Okay.
Yes. One of the problems this could also create, though, is if those shitty guys, they'll settle for anything. So that would also undercut what any of the fighters could possibly make. Because if you've got, two groups of lawyers going to deal with the judge and a settlement, one can be like, okay, no, we'll do it for half that much, because they don't care. They haven't invested anything into the case. They just want to make a quick score and get out. So be aware, people. There's scumbags out there. Go to the website, UFC Class Action.
Don't listen to a scumbag.com.
Yep.
Ambulance chasers. That's so
ambulance
funny.
Chasers. Yep. Ambulance chasers and freaking antitrust cases. It's wild. But yeah, there's the guys. Those were the named plaintiffs. All right,
dude. Anything you want to plug?
That's it for right now. I am working on fitness courses for cardio. I'm gonna put up on Gumroad. I just gotta get a little bit in shape and film some stuff.
Yeah, what do you weigh now?
220 right now.
Oh, nice.
220. I want to be a solid 220 though. I'm a little pudgy. Too much belly.
Nice. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, our buddies at jadensjourney.com. Jaden's Juice, CBD. This is the best. You really don't need to deal with any other gas station gummy rings for like $20 for a little
real deal.
Yeah, real deal right here.
Real deal.
They sell them like 4 or 5
too, I think.
What's up?
Holyfield's coming back too, I think.
Holyfield's coming back to fight?
I think so. I saw that.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I have May 1st, I'll be in San Francisco at Don't Tell Comedy. Yeah, it's a really cool outdoor venue that they've made in the Soma area. So it's going to be over by Giant Stadium. So it's going to be 2 shows on that day. And then May 6th, I'll be in Modesto. May 8th through the 11th, I'll be in Las Vegas. I'll be doing some ghostwriting for a roast out there. Can't really say much else, but doing some ghostwriting for a roast, which is great. I just don't want to know I don't want people who I'm talking shit about to know I was the one.
It's got to be anonymous,
yeah,
writing.
But they're about to get it, dude. And I don't really know these people, so I really don't give a fuck. And then May 18th to the 20th, I'll be in an undisclosed location that I will be sending messages on Facebook to people because I don't want other people to know where I'm at. If you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah. Dude, this is the summer I'm gonna have to have like security at some of these shows, being like, "Oh, here's some photos. Keep an eye out for these."
I'm gonna have a party with some ladies in a declothed location.
Dude, I told my friend yesterday, I was like, "Dude, the first after quarantine sex I have, you're gonna know right away because you're just gonna get a phone call with me whispering in the bathroom like, I did it,' and then click, dude, and then just expect to call the next day with all of the." All the deets. It's like, it happened.
All right, guys. That's all we got.
All right.
We're
going to do a watch along tomorrow. Maybe.
Probably, yeah, might as well.
We try to. There's a lot of different moving parts, so
yeah,
you're going to have to change channels with us. But
all right, dudes. Check you guys later.